Hey, Chandler Crouch here. I am so excited to bring you this month's real estate market update. Here it is. Eek! That graph right there, that represents the most significant change we've seen in the real estate industry in about 10 years. So I'm going to decode that for you. I'm going to explain why that chart there is, why that line is just shooting up like that. I'm going to explain also what it means to you and what kind of decisions you need to make regarding your most valuable asset. But before I get to that, first, I want you to just say hi to these people right here. What's up? Look at all these new faces, guys. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so in that group, we have some of our veteran agents, but we also have 8 brand new agents that just joined our company. They just got done with our rigorous 6-week training program. And guys, that training program is no joke. These agents are the real deal. More than 50% of the agents that get into that program don't make it out because I don't let them out. If the agent is not good enough where I would feel comfortable with that agent serving my own family, my mom, then I don't want them working with our company. I stand behind each and everything that our agents do, and these guys are the cream of the crop. I'm just so fortunate to be able to work with them. I can't wait to put my team to work for you, but let's move on. Next, I want to just thank those of you that were able to come out to our client appreciation party. This past weekend, we went out to Coyote Drive-In Movie Theater. It's a drive-in movie theater, so cool. We paid for movie tickets for everybody and bought refreshments and that sort of thing. And so it was just so cool to get to thank everybody in person. It's only because of our clients that allows us to be able to serve the local community. So if you didn't get the invite, buy or sell a house through us or send somebody you know our way, and we would love to be able to serve you and get you on that list. Now, we've got another event coming up that you don't have to be a past client for. And we were going to host this event, but then we found out the city of Fort Worth is putting on an event for free on October 20th for toxic waste disposal. That's what we were going to do. When most people go to sell their house, they usually have a stack of paint cans sitting in the garage, or batteries, or gasoline, or maybe even tires stacked up in the corner. On October 20th, right outside of the Gateway Church on Basswood Boulevard, they're going to be collecting those items. They have they call it their Crud Cruiser's going to be showing up and collecting those items to help you dispose of them in a very convenient way. It's absolutely free, but I will say this. They have a maximum capacity of about 200 cars, and they usually meet that capacity. So I want to encourage you to not go there, but instead take a little trip right across 35. There's a brand new drop-off station that you may not know about. You can go there and take appliances, all your old electronics, paint cans, gas, all that stuff I already mentioned, any yard debris. If you've been remodeling your house and it's only like one house worth of debris, then you can take that stuff. Also, if you have items that you just want to donate to Goodwill, they'll also take those items. Then, after you empty your entire truck, you can fill it up with free mulch. It is sweet. City of Fort Worth puts all this on for free. It's actually not free. You're paying tax for it. So take advantage of those services. Here's the address, and I would absolutely encourage you to do that. We may pass each other on the road or at the drop-off station or whatever, because I do believe I'm going to be taking advantage of that on the 20th. But you don't have to go just on the 20th. They're open all the time. I'll show you where you can find their hours. You just need a copy of your driver's license or a copy of your water bill that shows that you're a resident of Fort Worth. That's it. Now for the real estate market update. Every single month we look at the most recent numbers that have come out just to give us an idea if there are any changes in the market. And for 10 years, almost every single month, we have not seen anything significantly different than what we would really expect to see in our numbers. But this month is the first time we've seen in 10 years. We look at this graph first, just to give us an idea. This is the month supply of inventory, and you can see that the numbers just shot up on this graph. A couple things I want to point out is that there is a huge difference between Dallas County and Denton County. You can see that the Dallas County numbers, the inventory levels have gone up quite a bit. The Tarrant County numbers have gone up more than what we normally see this time of year, but Dallas County is significantly worse. Couple things that this proves is that number one is that Tarrant County is actually just a better county in general, and this is statistical proof. I say that tongue in cheek, but it's true. If you live in Tarrant County, you know it. No offense to those in Dallas County, the truth just sometimes hurts. We'll still sell your house anyway, it's okay. Kind of kidding, but kind of true. Anyway, we can't know what is going into these numbers, what's causing them to be this way, unless we break it down and start looking at the relationship of supply and demand. So we're going to get into those numbers here, but first I just want to mention, since we've seen these numbers come out, we've seen a handful of news reports come out that are just all over the board. So you're going to probably hear about some of this stuff in the news, hear about neighbors talking about it, people online talking about it. I'm just going to point out a couple of headlines and maybe go over a couple things with this. But some negative, on the negative side, Dallas Morning News reported that home sales had their greatest dip in percentage of sales in 7 years. They also reported that there was a 14% increase in the number of listings. So when you hear those things, it's just devastating news. That 14% number, that got national attention. It's just a huge, huge difference in the change of the market. But then when you see some of these other headlines, you have to scratch your head and wonder what's going on here. Time Magazine, Time.com, the money section of Time, they reported that Frisco is the #1 place to live in the entire country. So they beat all the places with the gorgeous mountains and the beautiful lakes and beaches and that sort of thing. And this was a huge win for Frisco, but I believe this is also a big, big win for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, because the same climate that Frisco enjoys, we all get to enjoy. Many of the same economic factors that Frisco has, we all get to enjoy. We all have relatively low crime, and the cost of living, and all sorts of things. The housing is affordable. We just is a big win for DFW. Watauga has had the 3rd hottest real estate market in the entire country. That's reported by Realtor.com. These are the people that know the numbers. They get to see the numbers of sales firsthand. Then you can see Star Telegram reported that 2,200 houses are about to be built in Northwest Fort Worth, and so we're seeing a housing boom. So in the midst of these negative headlines, we've got these huge positive things going on. City of Fort Worth just sent out something saying that Fort Worth is the 6th fastest growing city, and of course you've probably heard that Amazon is considering the Dallas-Fort Worth area as one of their prime areas to relocate their headquarters. A quick search on their website shows that they are hiring locally, 148 new jobs, and 125 of those jobs are corporate related. I saw somebody, I can't remember who it was now, but one of these news organizations pointed at that number saying, hey, this might be an indicator that the headquarters is coming to this area. I have no idea. But anyway, mixed news reports. We've got to dive in. Let's see what our team said is going into this. We're breaking down the supply and the demand, and let's hear what these guys had to say. I'm sitting here with the team. We're going over these numbers, and so I just thought this one graph doesn't tell the story. You have to look at the relationship of supply and demand, and this is one graph that kind of gives you the indication that the market's changed. But that's what I want to do, guys. I want to break this down a little bit and look at what the supply side is doing and what the demand side is doing. All right, so open it up. Let's talk about what's the supply side doing. Who's got some information on that?
I do. The new listings, as you can see, are going down, but that's been typical over the past 3 or 4 years. They're down a little bit lower than they were last year, but not really much to note. So the supply's still there.
Thank you, Brian. So we've got Ray. You look like you're.
Yep. So the other leg in the stool is on the closed, which would be your demand. So you see again some cyclical nature of the season of the inventory. But what you see here is that going down quite a bit in September, year over year, almost 14%. But again, Dallas is way down here, and Fort Worth is way up here. So that's the second leg of the. So you know the demand is going down a little bit this month, very noticeable.
Okay, so just a few bullet points just to kind of conclude this whole thing as some takeaways. Number one, you have to realize whenever you hear something in the news or see one of these articles being printed, they are not separating Dallas and Tarrant County. Okay, they just lump it all together. So if you're in Tarrant County, you have to know some of these news reports aren't going to apply to you quite as much. Another thing is that even though the market has changed a little bit, we are really still a hot seller's market. We're kind of a long way off from being a buyer's market at all. We're not in a bubble. We may just see some lower depreciation. So in past years, we've seen 13% appreciation. You guys felt that in your pocketbook when it was time to pay taxes. Hurts bad. Well, you're not going to see that quite as much, so there's a silver lining to this a little bit. Your taxes hopefully won't go up too much. We're going to protest them for you for free anyway if they do. But you'll hear news organizations talking about how the level of appreciation is going down. Make sure you pay close attention. They're talking about it's going from 13% appreciation to 6% or 4%, but still, if there's 6 or 4% appreciation, that still means your home value is going up. This isn't a bubble. This is just normal market trends. We've been appreciating at this breakneck speed, and it's finally normalizing just a little bit here. The best time to buy or sell your home is when it's best for you and your needs. Whenever it's best for you, that's going to outweigh any of these market conditions. Another thing is, if you have thought about buying or selling, now is the time to do it. So don't rush into it, but if you're thinking that you might, pull the trigger now. The reason is because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. There's a lot of speculation. I don't think we're in a bubble. I don't think the bottom's going to fall out of this thing, but some people are out there saying that it is. We don't know. That's the truth. We know that interest rates started out this year less than 4%. Now they're up to 4.65%. We know that those interest rates, all the economists are saying that they're supposed to rise throughout this year. As people have increased interest rates, they're not going to be able to afford to pay as much for your house. And then whenever you sell to go rebuy, you're not going to be able to buy as much house if you're borrowing money. So now's the time to buy or sell if you think it's in your plans, if it's right for you. As always, the thing that matters most is what's going on in your subdivision that's going to affect your home price, home value. And so there's a service we provide for free. We can give you an idea of what your house may be worth, what you could expect to sell it for on the open market, and that's something we're more than happy to do for you for free. So if you're interested in what's actually going on with your specific home value, not just what's going on in the news, we'd love to do that for you. Please like the video, forward, share, reply to the email, whatever. We would love to put our team to work for you. Be expecting the next month's video to come out on the second Thursday of the month. That's my promise to you for next month. We'll take it one month at a time. There you have it. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much.